Good morning, students. Next one, monohybrid cross. Okay, monohybrid cross is a very important one. So the cross between the two parents. Okay, cross between the two parents representing the contrasting forms of the single trait. Okay, single trait means only one character or feature. Okay, that is called as the monohybrid cross. Cross between the two parents representing a contrasting form of the single trait. Okay, so the mental performs the cross pollination between the flowers of plants raised on the particular characteristics, and then here monohybrid cross between the tall and then dwarf plant or short plant. Okay, so first one phenotype and then genotype. We know that what is a phenotype. Phenotype means you know about that. Okay, so the structural or morphological expression of the organism is called as the phenotype, and then genetic expression of the organism is called as the genotype. Okay, so for a monohybrid cross, okay, what happened, mental performed the experimented by the transferring pollen grains from anther to the anther of the dwarf plant to the stigma of the emasculated tall plant. Okay, so then first process is he taken the tall plant. The tall plant is the pure in nature. Here you can see this. Okay, the tall plants are the pure and then dwarf plants are the pure. Okay, so what happens here, so often the self artificial pollination. Artificial pollination means you know that anther is transferred to the, what is it, stigma. So the F1 what is it, the phenotype, the parents that produces the gametes. Okay, the gamete formation, true tall character, dominant character, true breeding, tall recessive character. Okay, after the self pollination, what is that, self pollination or sorry, it is the artificial pollination. Okay, so after the artificial pollination or it was the pollinated flower was properly covered and seeds were allowed to mature. Okay, so in the F1 generation the seeds obtained in were F1 generation. So in the F1 generation all the seeds of the F1 generation were carefully observed and then observation was recorded. Okay, so in this experimental mental observed that all the F1 generation plants were tall. Here you can see that all the F1 generation plants were tall. So this is called as the hybrid plant. Okay, all the tall plants are called a hybrid plant. Okay, so then next what he done that mental further he planted the F1 seeds. Here F1 generation F1 seeds and flowers were again that is allowed into self pollination. Okay, that self pollination. So in the self pollination what happened in the F2 generation, here you can see that the gametes produced are it consisting the both of the heterozygous. Okay, if it is present in the same T and then capital T, that is a homozygous. If it is present in the small and then capital letter T, okay, are dominant and recessive, that is called as the heterozygous. What happened in the F1 gametes that produces the homozygous and then heterozygous, dominant character, recessive character, dominant character and recessive character. Okay, so then what happens here, I am giving this square. Okay, this square represents as the Punnett square test. Punnett square test means we need to write the gametes here. Okay, so this T is written in the upper time and then small t is written in the upper time. Same time another two gametes are written here. So we need to combine, what is it, the capital T here and then capital T, small t, small t, capital T, small t, small t. Okay, so what happens here in the F2 generation, that produces the 3 tall plant, 1 dwarf plant. Okay, so in the 3 out of 3 tall plant, okay, 3 tall plant and then only 1 dwarf plant. So out of 3 tall plant, 1 is the homozygous and then 2 is the heterozygous. Okay, 1 dwarf plant are the homozygous in nature. Okay, sometime they will ask the question, what is the question, they will ask the question, what is the phenotypic ratio of the monohybrid cross. What is the phenotypic ratio? Phenotypic ratio is nothing but morphological expression of the organism or plant. Okay, here phenotypic ratio is the 3:1 because 3 are the tall, 1 are the dwarf. Okay, or short. Okay, phenotypic ratio is the 3:1. Okay, sometime they will ask the question, what is the genotypic ratio of the plant. Okay, what is the genotypic ratio of the plant? 1:2:1. Why 1:2:1? One is the homozygous tall, it consisting the homozygous character or only dominant trait, and two is the heterozygous, it consisting the both of the dominant as well as the recessive, and then one is the homozygous recessive character. So 1 is to 2 is to 1. Okay, do you understand that? So always dominant character should written in the capital letter, and then recessive characters always written in the small letter. Okay, so here it's clear for you. What is it? The phenotypic ratio of the monohybrid cross is 3 is to 1, and then genotypic ratio of the monohybrid cross is 1 is to 2 is to 1. Okay, I think it gives some confusion. Okay, if you have any doubts, you can text me, or else we will again revise in the offline classes. Okay, when you come to the school, we will discuss about the monohybrid and then dihybrid crosses. Okay, students, thank you.